got to make sure they give 100%.
I'm joined by Harry Dunn, of course, this afternoon, the new manager of Whitby Town. Harry, first of all, welcome back to the Turnbull ground.
Thanks very much.
It's nice to have you back. First question, I suppose, is how long did it take you to make up your mind to come back to Whitby?
Well, after I'd left Blythe, obviously Graham Mansell, the chairman, had rang us, and we had a bit of a meeting. I think it was a couple of weeks gone Sunday, just to talk about various things and the way the club was wanting to go in the future. On top of that, I'd already had arranged to go down to Harrogate Town for an interview, so I couldn't really, turn that down because that would be disrespectful to the club.
Yeah.
So how events unfolded was I'd kept in contact with Graham for 3 or 4 days, went down to Harrogate, had listened to what Harrogate had said, and again, no disrespect to them, but it wasn't as attractive a proposition as what it was at Whitby. Obviously, I've been down at Whitby before, and I know everybody down there and how it works. And after talking with Graham, I decided that I'd want to give it a second chance and see where we go from there.
Excellent. And of course, we have read in the press that you've been speaking to maybe 8 or 9 players, I think you said.
Well, I've spoken to all, but I think it's 2 of the current squad from last season.
Yeah.
And I've set them basically on paper. I thought they were a very good side. I thought they did quite well in the 2 games we played against them in the cup last season, and I think we were fortunate even at the Turnbull ground. I felt we were a little bit fortunate. We were a goal down after a few seconds. We got what I would class as a debatable second goal. So on paper, they were obviously a decent side, but it obviously hasn't materialised itself on the pitch.
Yeah.
I've spoken to quite a few players, but we all are, Andrew, at this stage of the season. All managers are talking to all players, and it's unless you go really overboard with the wages and what have you, players they'll hum and ha for a few weeks, and then I would surmise by the middle of June, we'll start and get some answers off players.
All right, okay. And of course, while you were at Blythe, did you keep an eye on Whitby's scores and things like that?
Oh yes, I mean I keep in contact with Dennis Wheeler down there and 3 or 4 of the lads and what have you. And then it's a natural thing for players and managers to keep an eye on their old clubs, because we've all either got friends or we've got people that we know playing at different clubs. So once a game's finished on a Saturday afternoon, especially when you're away from home, the mobile phones is going and everybody's ringing everybody up to say how they've gone on, and it's always been interesting. As I say, it's just been a shame the last couple of seasons it's gone right down the wire, and it's something we've got to certainly avoid for next season.
Yeah, okay. And as regards an assistant manager, have you decided on who will be assisting you at Whitby?
At the moment, no. I'll be speaking to 1 or 2 people, and obviously until we make a decision, we can't really announce it.
No.
But I have spoken to a couple of people about coming in and getting as much help as possible. Yeah. And we'll, obviously when the decision is made, then obviously we'll let everybody know. But at the minute, I think it would be wrong of us to start and ban names about, because the various people may be talking to the clubs.
Okay, well that's fair enough. And of course, what are you most looking forward to next season? About getting back to Whitby. What are you really looking forward to?
I think we've got to be looking forward to getting more supporters through the turnstiles. I think we've got to be looking to play obviously better football, because you can't be playing that well if you're at the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
But as a place, I've always liked Whitby. We've always come down on a regular basis, even when I wasn't at the club. It's a lovely place to come, and we're thoroughly looking forward to it.
Excellent. I was going to say, Harry, all the last few weeks before your appointment, the rumour mill was going on. I saw Harry and his wife in town earlier on. I saw Harry here and there.
Well, we do come down on a regular basis, because we've still got some friends at Whitby, so we like to come down for a weekend, and it's always a good atmosphere when you come down to Whitby. As I said before, it's a lovely place, a lovely little spot. So it's something close to our hearts, really. We've had some great weekends down there during, when I was a manager, and even after I left after the manager, still, wanted to come down to Whitby. So that's one of the reasons I decided to come back. One, because I think we need to get a little bit of a lift, and two, because I like the place.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I was going to say there does appear to be a bit of a feel-good factor going around the club at the moment, Harry, and I think I guess you can. There's room to build on that, I suppose.
Well, there is, because as I say, when I spoke as I say, there's only a couple of players I haven't spoken to, and they're both away on holiday, I believe, but the majority of the players, all the players I've spoken to have all said they want to come back. So that speaks volume for the club, because normally when you're in a relegation battle, players are, they do tend to twist on anything. It's never their fault, and it's not the other, but talking in depth to quite a few of them, they realise that they haven't played to their potential. And that's going to be my job for next, and whoever comes in out, that's going to be our job to get the potential out of them, and start and get a few wins underneath the belt, and start and get the feel good factor back for everybody concerned, not around the town, the players, the committee, everybody involved with the club, because all it means is when you win a game of football, everybody feels better over the weekend, and that's what we've got to get back to.
It's the winning feeling, I suppose you would say, Harry.
It is. I mean, it's like this year. We had a great run in the cup or in the league. We're extremely disappointed with the way we went on, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing in the league or the cup. If you win, for instance, if you've been under pressure for 90 minutes and you sneak a goal in the last minute as we did against Bournemouth, the previous 89 minutes are forgotten with. It's just about winning, and I think that's what you've got to get through to the players. If you get a winning mentality going, what you find is if you've been battered for 90 minutes and you win, everybody says, "Oh, what a battering performance." You might batter the opposition and get beat, and people saying, "Well, you can't score chances and you can't do this." So it's all about just winning games of football.
Excellent. And of course, you said you thought about the players and that, and thought that really they didn't play to the potential, some of them. And do you think it is more a matter of getting the best out of the current players rather than any kind of drastic overhaul?
Well, I think we've got a nucleus of a good team. I think that's one of the main things I would say is you speak to people in the game, and I speak to people from all areas, because people from down the Midlands ring us about teams and this, that, and that. And to be perfectly honest, look at what they had on the park. Obviously you think, well, he's a good player, why is he not playing so clever? I think that was the most disappointing thing of last season. Certainly when we played at Whitby, I felt for all Whitby scored in the last couple of minutes with Andy Thompson, we were more than happy with the draw. And certainly even at live in the replay, and even when they went down to 9 men when Mark Pinkley was sent off, they still played some good football. So you just think to yourself, well, if they can play some good football, maybe they just need a bit of steel and a bit of grit and a bit of determination just to get through the latter stages of the game to pick the 3 points up, and that's where I think we've got to be working hard this season.
Yeah. Are you specifically looking for any particular area of the team to improve?
Well, I think all I've always done, Andrew, is look round for better players. And I think any manager will tell you the same. If you might think you've got a good team, and then all of a sudden a better player comes up, and regardless of the position, whether it's a goalkeeper, midfield player, centre forward, you go for the better player, and that's what I've said. I mean, I've got people who are helping us out, looking around for us, and what I do is they come down and watch a couple of games, and then they go away, and they're always on the lookout for players. And if we think there's a better player elsewhere, and we can go and get them, we'll go and get them. That's the only way you can run a football club.
What would you say would be a realistic ambition for next season?
Well, to me, that's probably the most difficult question you've asked us, because there's no guarantees at any level of football you play, and you've got to earn the right to be top of the league. Everybody comes out right. Everybody's got a 5-year plan where we'll just keep creeping up the league, and then we'll win it in 4 years' time, or we'll do this. I just take every game as it comes, and that's what I'll be doing next season. What we've got to obviously make sure is we're not in a relegation battle from the off, because once you're down at the bottom of the league at any level of football, it's extremely difficult to get out of there. And the longer the season goes on, the harder the pressure. Well, the more the pressure's on you. So we've got to try and get off to a reasonable start, and just build from there. But I think the main thing is just to get a bit of belief in the majority of the lads that were there last season, and hopefully the lads that we bring in for this season will, a new club, I've got to say that the playing surface down there, Rick did a smashing job with the playing surface. The new stand, you know, is really good. So it's a good atmosphere when you get a few in, and that's what we've got to aim for.